from a wonderful book called Big Pumpkin. And here is the witch. Once there was a witch who wanted pumpkin pie, so she planted a pumpkin seed. She watered and she puttered, she fretted and she muttered, then she let that pumpkin be. So it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew till it was so big. The old witch knew that she'd never get it out, but she was persistent. What's she gonna try and do? She's gonna try and pull. Everybody pretend you're pulling. She pulled and she pulled and she pulled and she pulled, but nothing helped. That pumpkin would not move. Drat, said the witch. Along came the ghost. Big pumpkin, said the ghost. Yes, it's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine, and I want pumpkin pie. Well, I'm bigger than you and that silly pumpkin too, so why don't you let me try? Humph, said the witch. But then she thought of that pumpkin pie, and so she moved aside. So what did the ghost try and do? Oh, you guys ready? Everybody pretend you're pulling. He pulled and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled, but nothing helped. That pumpkin would not move. Drat, said the ghost. Drat, said the witch. Does everybody know what drat means?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, goodness.
Drat, it means oh goodness, or darn, or shoot, shucks, something like that. So, along came the vampire. Alrighty? Big pumpkin, said the vampire. Yes, it's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine, and I want pumpkin pie.
Well, I'm bigger than you and that silly ghost too, so why don't you let me try?
Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Does everybody know what humph means? Like, the vampire was being mean. So, humph. All right? But then they thought of the pumpkin pie, and so they moved aside. What's the vampire gonna do? He pulled and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled, but nothing helped. That pumpkin would not move. Drat, said the vampire. Drat, said the ghost. Drat, said the witch. Along came
The mummy.
Big pumpkin, said the mummy. Yes, it's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine, and I want pumpkin pie. Well, I'm bigger than you and that ghost and vampire too, so why don't you let me try? Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Humph, said the vampire. But then they thought of the pumpkin pie, and so they moved aside.
Screech it.
What's the mummy gonna do?
Screech it.
She pulled and she pulled and she pulled and she pulled, but nothing helped. That pumpkin would not move.
Miss Jody,
Drat, said the mummy.
Are we allowed?
Drat, said the vampire. Drat, said the ghost. Drat, said the witch. Along came
The elephant or
Aw.
the bat?
the bat. Big pumpkin, said the bat. Yes, it's big and it's mine and it's stuck on the vine, and you're too small to pull. I might be little, but I've got an idea, so why don't you hear me through? So the bat whispered her idea to the witch. Humph, said the witch. She whispered her idea to the ghost. Humph, said the ghost. She whispered her idea to the vampire. Humph, said the vampire. She whispered her idea to the mummy. Humph, said the
What does
mummy.
that mean?
And what does humph mean? They didn't like the idea. But then they thought of that pumpkin pie, and they decided to give it a try. So what was the bat's idea? Teamwork, pulling together. So now, the witch and the ghost and the vampire and the mummy and the bat, they pulled and they pulled and they pulled and they pulled, and this time it worked. That great pumpkin moved. Hooray for the bat, hooray for us all. We got that pumpkin out. Come on in for a party, I'll make a pumpkin pie, and we can dance about. So they ate and they drank and they laughed and had fun, but then it was late and the party was done, and they all had to go home. Drats of the witch. But she went right outside and she planted another pumpkin seed so that next year they could do the exact same thing again on Halloween.
Pull together.
The end. So, even if you're as small as a bat, you still might have great ideas that can solve big problems, right?
Yeah.
And that is the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You're such a